Damn fine thing.
Yeah.
But it is notable where they met to ratify the Bill of Rights. They met in southern Manhattan in a federal building at 26 Wall Street.
Wow.
And it is important to recognize that they put in the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States the right to assemble and to petition for the redress of grievances.
Yeah.
And it feels damn fine to me that patriots have finally come back to Wall Street, right to the same location that our Bill of Rights was ratified, to say, yes, we are going to use those rights to tell the people who have occupied Wall Street for the last 222 years that your reign of terror is over.
Yeah!
And it is notable that when the Transportation Workers Union, 38,000 members in New York City, endorsed the Occupy Wall Street movement, they said, we're excited about this because this is bringing what we saw in Madison, Wisconsin, to the belly of the beast, to Manhattan, to Wall Street, to New York City. And they sent out their tribute to the Wisconsin movements that showed America it is time to stand up and use those First Amendment rights to assemble, to petition for the redress of grievances, and to say that those who are elected are not given the right to serve as despots for 4 years. Once you are in office does not mean that you get to do whatever you want. Wisconsin said that with incredible power. We'll talk a little bit about Wisconsin today. We'll also be joined by a wonderful panelist who's been working in the fight in Ohio.
Yes.
As I always tell people, the Wisconsin struggle will be won in Ohio.
Amen.
Yeah.
And then the Ohio struggle will be won in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then Wisconsin and Ohio will get the whole rest of the country to get it back.
Absolutely.
So I'm John Nichols from The Nation magazine, and I live in Madison, Wisconsin, and I have had a real interesting year. And I want to start our discussion today. And by the way, we're going to bring a lot of people from the room in as well, because I will tell you that the folks in the room here, we have probably about half the audience here could be on the panel. And so there's a lot of insights we're going to mix from all over. But I want to actually start with Mahlon Mitchell. And Mahlon is a firefighter from Madison, Wisconsin. And he is the president of the State Firefighters Union, the association of all the local unions from around the state. And Mahlon didn't have to be in this fight, because when Governor Scott Walker, on February 11th, 2011, came forward with his plan to gut collective bargaining rights, to take away the most collective bargaining rights of state, county, and municipal employees and teachers, when he also implemented put in that same budget repair bill, again, all this about we're broke, so we got to do all this horrible stuff, also destroyed Wisconsin's civil service system by moving dozens of key positions from a civil service classification into a political appointee classification, bringing back crony politics in the state. When he did all this, he excluded the police and firefighters. Now, why do you do that? Doug Burnett, who's run more successful campaigns than just about anybody I know, will tell you do that because the first endorsements you go for in an election are the police and firefighters, right?
Yeah.
They're very popular. So the genius of Walker was he excluded them. Except the firefighters didn't go with that, did they, Mahlon?
You just told my story.
No.
No, I say no.
Tell us, there's a hell of a story there.
First of all, thanks for having me. Great to be in D.C. Like John said, my name is Mahlon Mitchell, State President of Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin. In the back there, my Secretary Treasurer, Steve Walling. Stand up, Steve.
Steve.
I'll be brief. I know we have a lot of people that want to speak. In January, I became president January 12th of this year. I was elected. And I thought one of the biggest things that I had to be concerned with was how we were going to maybe move some things around our office downtown campus. Well, then came February 14th, the budget repair bill, which changed my life, I think, forever. But when it came out, we were actually excluded. Like John said, police and fire, we were all excluded. No provisions in the budget repair bill had anything to do with us. But it basically stripped collective bargaining from every other.
Whoa. It's okay. Let's make sure everybody's okay.
We got a firefighter.
We got firefighters in the room. There'll be many more of those visual aids. Let's take us back to Mahlon.
But anyway, so February 14th, the budget repair, the stripping collective bargaining bill, basically. But before all that came, we talked about shared sacrifice and the state is broke. So we're going to have a $3.6 billion deficit over the next biennium. Our state is broke. There's no money. But let me tell you what the governor did in January before the budget repair bill. He gave tax breaks to corporations. They brought back what's called the Las Vegas loophole, but he told us our state is broke. He gave tax breaks to the top 1% of Wisconsinites that are wealthy, but he told us our state is broke. We have a moniker now that we are open for business. So any business that comes in the state of Wisconsin from Ohio, Illinois, Minnesota, 2 years you don't have to pay any taxes on your income, but our state is broke. So because our state is broke, he had to balance the budget on the backs of hardworking middle-class citizens in our state. Teachers, nurses, janitors, snowplow drivers. And not only that, not only do we have to have concessions paid in because our state is broke, but we also have to take away your collective bargaining rights because that's a fiscal matter. And that has a lot to do with money. So when he told us that, okay, we're going to do this to everybody else. We're going to treat all the other brothers and sisters differently. We not only told them no, but we told them hell no. Because we could not sit idly by and let Val Street be treated so radically different. Because we knew that it was a divide and conquer tactic. We knew that they were going to be coming after us next. And I could go into a whole rally speech, but I'll let it go with that, John, so you can move on.
I'll give you the rally speech on I believe, was it Wednesday that you guys marched? When was the day you marched in?
I believe it was Wednesday.
Tuesday. Mary Bell's going to remember. She knows. She's the head of the Wisconsin Education Association. And I believe it was it Tuesday afternoon?
Yeah.
Because I was at the WEAC rally, and I was going to say a few words, and everybody kept saying, firefighters are coming. Firefighters are coming. And it was not sure. I mean, everybody, this was all kind of like, they've been excluded, what's going to happen? I want to say, any of you who are of a biblical bent, right? When you saw the river, the waters parting, when those firefighters marched up in uniform and came right up straight through the middle of that crowd, it was one of the most epic moments.
And I got to tell you, we did not do that with the thought process that we were going to be received the way we were. And this is a true statement. We didn't come together and congregate and say, okay, well, this is what we'll do. We'll come in about 15, 20 minutes late, and then we'll walk through the middle, and everybody's going to say, oh, you guys are great. We actually were, it was kind of, a lot of things we did, like going to M&I Bank, and the M&I Bank protest just happened. Because we walked by M&I Bank and we said, oh, we got the bagpipes, let's go play a song in front of M&I Bank. Well, that day...
I think the lesson is never go anywhere without bagpipes.
Yeah. That day, our crowd, the 200 or 300 we had, decided to withdraw all their money from M&I Bank. It came in a tune of like $290,000. Now that's not just one person, that's a group. We are city workers. But when we came through, it was not the intention that we would be received as heroes, because you'll never hear a firefighter or a police officer call themselves a hero. So when we came through, we were just responding to an emergency, because that's what firefighters do. There was an emergency in our state. We need to be there, and that's why we were coming. The bagpipe even, that just happened to come because the guy said, well, I'll bring my bagpipe if you want. Yeah, why don't you bring it? Because normally those are saved for funerals, marches, and different things like that. But it just happened, and it came together, and we were happy to stand with our brothers in solidarity.
Damn fine.